Good morning student. I am O.V. Ashish Kamble, the Assistant Professor of Electronics from Computer Science Department. Welcome to our e-learning platform. In a previous video, we discussed the number of network access devices, and now in this video, we discuss the second chapter of embedded system design, that means architecture of system on chip. To discuss the architecture of system on chip, first we have to know about system on chip. It is shortly known as SoC. A system on chip is an integrated circuit. Integrated circuit means IC, which has most of the component of a computer or any electronic system. This component includes CPU, Central Processing Unit, memory, that is ROM or RAM memory, input-output devices, and graphical processing unit, that means GPU. In this video, we discuss the point are introduction, block diagram of SoC, working of SoC, advantages, disadvantages, and applications. Introduction. A SoC or system on chip is a complete electronic system which may contain analog, digital, or radio frequency functions. Here we can say that the SoC, that means system on chip, it is a small chip having a electronic system component or a computer component which contain analog as well as digital as well as the device which having a radio frequency functions. SoC is an IC which contains both hardware and software. It consumes less power and has better performance. That means the system on chip, it is a one type of IC, that means integrated circuit, which having both hardware as well as software material, software devices. It consumes less power. So its performance is better. It has a small in size and it is more reliable than multi-chip system. Here system on chip, that means it is having a very small size and so it is more reliable as compared to the other systems. This is the block diagram of SoC, system on chip. Here the system on chip contained the memory block, analog to digital converter, digital to analog converter, oscillator, processor, external interface for USB, voltage regulator, power management unit, and UART. Here the memory block contains the ROM memory as well as RAM memory. ADC is used to convert the analog signal into a digital signal. DAC is used to convert digital signal into the analog signal. Oscillator is performing the oscillations of the signal. Processor is the heart of our system on chip. The external interface for USB port is given on SoC because of the SoC does not having the external memory. So to connect the external memory device, hard disk or any other external device, we have to require the USB slot. So here the external interface for USB are given. Next, voltage regulator. Why we require the voltage regulator here? Because the system on chip, it is a integrated IC circuit. So it may be damaged if the voltage given to that SoC is higher. So voltage regulator here is required. Then the next block is power management unit. It is also required for the safety of SoC. Next, UART. UART means universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. It is used for the receiving and transmission purpose. Let's discuss all these blocks or a working of SoC one by one. Here the working of SoC is given. The processor is the heart of SoC. we already discussed the processor. It is also maybe a microcontroller or it also may be a microprocessor. So processor is the heart of SoC. Usually SoC has multi-core processor. Multi-core means it having number of cores. It can be a microcontroller, a microprocessor, or a digital signal processor, or an application specific instruction set processor. So that means it has multi-core processor. We say here it is a multi-core processor. Multi-core means it may be a microcontroller, it may be a microprocessor, it may be a digital signal processor, or it may be a specific instruction set processor. Get that point? Okay. SoC contain memory for storage. Here two types of memory we know that. SoC contain RAM type memory and ROM type memory. It is used for storage purpose. It may have RAM, ROM, EEPROM or flash memory. RAM memory, ROM memory, EEPROM memory. EEPROM means electrically erasable, programmable, read only memory. Flash memory, this is the type of memories contain SoC. SoC include external interface such as USB, Ethernet, HDMI, or can have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which help to meet the industry standard communication protocol. Here SoC having the another external USB port which have to connect the Ethernet, HDMI cable, or we can connect by using the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth to meet the industrial application for a communication protocol. Here SoC also has a GPU. GPU means graphical processing unit to visualize the interface. To understand the interface, we here use GPU, graphical processing unit. Then voltage regulator, oscillator, clocks, ADC or DAC are also a part of SoC. We already discussed in a block diagram what is the function of oscillator, voltage regulator, analog to digital converter, digital to analog converter in SoC. Next, universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, that means UART, is included, which is used to transmit or receive serial data. We already know that what is the function of UART, that means universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, to use to provide the transmitter or receiver data communication serially. Okay, understand the working of SoC. Now we go for the advantages. The size of SoC is very small and it includes many features and a function. We already know that the SoC, it is integrated IC containing hardware as well as software. It contains memory, oscillator, voltage regulator, converters, power management unit, UART, and any other for the functioning. So the small size of SoC is very small, but it having number of features and function because of the component design on SoC. SoC consume less power. It is the main advantages of SoC. SoC consume less power. SoC is flexible in terms of chip size, power, form factor. It is flexible in terms of chip size, their size is small, power factor and form factor. SoC are highly integrated and hardcore. We already know that SoC is integrated circuit, so it is highly integrated and hardcore circuit. This is the advantages of SoC. Now go for the disadvantages. Disadvantages, here the designing process of SoC usually takes 6 to 12 months. Here the main advantages of SoC here is that to design any SoC, any system on chip, we required 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months. So it is time consuming. So we can say that the disadvantages here is that it consumes time. So it is time consuming to have SOC for specific application. Understand? If next second disadvantage is that if any component of SOC is not functioning properly, then it cannot be replaced. In that case, the entire SOC has to be replaced. Here the disadvantages is given that which says that if any component, that means the voltage regulator block or a memory block or a converter block is not functioning properly, then the part of that SOC or the component of SOC cannot be replaced. So for this purpose we required to replace entire SOC. This is the main disadvantages of SOC. Now going for the application, SOCs can be applied to any computing task. For the computing task or computer operation we required SOC. However, they are typically used in a mobile computing such as tablets, smartphones, smartwatches and netbook, as well as embedded system, and in application where previously microcontrollers would be used. That means system on chip is used in a mobile phones, in a computers, in tablets, in smartphones, smartwatches, netbook and any other small devices which is combined or connected by the embedded system. This is the applications of our SOC. Thank you. Keep watching my